Good afternoon. Jim MacDonald was sworn into office January 2nd, 2024, becoming the 51st mayor of Maumee. Jim was elected to the office in November of 2023 in an uncontested race. He also served a 4-year term on Maumee City Council, where he was named president after being elected in 2019. Jim has a master's degree in public administration from the University of Toledo, and for 32 years, Mayor MacDonald was a member of the Maumee Police Division, where he advanced through the ranks to the position of Chief of Police, which he served for 5 years before his retirement in 2018. During his tenure on the Maumee Police Department, he had the distinct opportunity to attend the FBI National Academy on Leadership in Quantico, where in 2013 he was one of only 5 individuals from the state of Ohio to get the honor. Jim was also named 2018 Maumee Outstanding Citizen of the Year. Please join me in welcoming Mayor Jim MacDonald.
Thank you very much. Members of council, Maumee City Administration, special guests, chamber members, Maumee residents, and business owners of Maumee, welcome to the Maumee State of City Address 2025. I believe in the direction that this city is headed. I truly believe that after years of limited progress, Maumee is on the move. Together we have the opportunity to build a stronger, more vibrant future for Maumee. I remain committed to working collaboratively with all of you to ensure our continued progress. Thank you for the trust you've placed in me as we move Maumee forward. The way we get there is by continuing to support safe and clean neighborhoods, improve our aging infrastructure, foster a strong financial position, and provide top-notch city services that empower our residents and businesses to thrive. Together we will rededicate ourselves to these guiding principles and build the foundation for a stronger future. Our city has undergone a remarkable transformation, experiencing a true renaissance, and we're not done. I thank our citizens, our city administration, and city council for extending their belief and support to make this transformation possible. The good news is most of the road projects are finished, and the improvements made across our community demonstrate city council's strong commitment to investing in the future by creating a community that we can all enjoy. A community where everyone can navigate our streets and neighborhoods safely, whether they are driving a car, walking, biking, or jogging has been our goal, and careful attention has been given to the design of all our projects with that in mind. For example, we've narrowed the streets because we know that wider streets invite more reckless driving behavior at higher speeds. Motorists will travel as fast as they feel safe doing so, and the research is conclusive that speed kills on the road. From experience, I know speed is still a leader in the cause of accidents, and in many cases, very serious accidents. Research definitely concludes that as speed increases, so do traffic deaths and serious injury of motorists and pedestrians. We've added vertical elements, vertical legs friction, if you will, to slow traffic naturally with trees, curbs, and light poles. And we've added over 200 on-street parking spaces, making it easier for people to park their cars and explore our uptown district. All the street projects are safer for pedestrians, joggers, cyclists, and those who use wheelchairs and mobility scooters. A pedestrian-motorist balance affords a better quality of life for all those that use the roadway. The Anthony Wayne Trail project is completed. It was the first project in Ohio to utilize street design to ensure safety for pedestrians and motorists rather than using vehicle speed to determine the design. Restricted streets reduce speed and make it safer for all those that use the roadway. The state of Ohio considers this project a great success, and the Ohio Department of Transportation, ODOT, which partially funded the project, has said that the Anthony Wayne Trail project would serve as a model statewide for future projects. In fact, the Ohio Department of Transportation has awarded yet another grant to Maumee to ensure safe speeds and pedestrian safety. Our community can be indeed proud of that. The Gibbs Street Safety Project. The road was designed with a mini roundabout, eliminating a forced stop that was there, and it was very accident prone. Safer pedestrian sidewalks in and around Maumee Middle School It also installed an 8-foot wide sidewalk from the Anthony Wayne Trail to the middle school to enhance safe routes to school initiative. We added 68 new trees in an effort to slow traffic and afford additional shade. And we also added 40 additional on-street parking spaces in and around the Maumee Middle School. Several city parks were improved this past year. Rolfe Park, which hosts softball and soccer tournaments and is a big contributor to our economy, was upgraded in 2024. The city purchased a portion of the parking lot on Market Place, which is behind Cornerstone Church, to add 169 new parking spaces for families using Rolfe Park. The additional spaces help address parking challenges which we experienced last summer. We also completed a partial forestation project along the far west property line of Rolfe Park. Ford Park. Planned for 2025 is a new dugout construction for the Little League baseball field in the back of the park. And Sheets that opened up on the trail actually donated $2,500 to this project. A new play structure is also planned for 2025. The existing structure is over 20 years old. The city has secured a $91,544,000 Nature Works grant to help fund and build this play structure. The grant is funded through the Ohio Department of Natural Resources. Epstein Park is located in Arrowhead Park and has been neglected for many years, overgrown so much it could not be accessed or enjoyed. Community and volunteers have worked several days this past year to clear invasive growth that was overtaking that park. The rehabilitation is aimed at helping to transform Arrowhead Park. New walking paths, food truck spaces, new shelters, benches, and low-level lighting. Our goal is to provide a healthier living environment for residents and businesses alike. The Towpath Trail, which I hope you've all gone down and enjoyed at some point in time. Additional pavement was completed from under the Maumee Bridge to Ford Street. Thanks to this construction, more people are walking along the river than ever before. Now a total of 2 miles of Towpath Trail have been paved and accommodate those with restricted abilities so they can also enjoy the scenic Riverwalk. I believe we have the most scenic Riverwalk in Northwest Ohio. We have received a very popular response from people that use and benefit this path expansion. We completed concrete towpath will allow our city service vehicles and police vehicles to also access down by the river. There are benches along the towpath trail that are still available for sponsoring. Volunteer work was extensive this past year on the towpath trail. The volunteers helped remove invasive species along with healthy native trees to prosper and grow. In the early planning stages is a towpath riverbank restoration project. The city will administer a grant from the Great Lakes Fishery Commission. The purpose is to construct spawning areas, vernal pools, and slope stabilization to protect fish spawning and habitat along that towpath Maumee riverbank. The Audubon Island restoration is planned to start this year. That's funded by H2 Ohio, the ODNR, and the US EPA through the Great Lakes Restoration Initiative. The purpose is to improve water quality, wetland restoration, erosion control, and fish habitat protection, similar to the Delaware Horseshoe Clark Island project you may have seen off the Walbridge Park bank. I truly appreciate the Tree Commission and the tree planting efforts this past year. A critical step in successful management of the urban forest is putting the right tree in the right location. The right tree is the right location as much as about tree hardiness as it is about the tree size. Planting only the tree species that have proven to thrive in difficult situations. The Maumee Tree Commission has developed a master planting design for our community. This contains planting specifications, management, and care. The Commission also benefits from an experienced urban forester in Stephanie Miller with the Ohio Department of Forestry, advising our Tree Commission on the best approach to our tree planting efforts. Maumee has lost about 25% of its existing tree canopy over the last 4 decades. City Council is committed to increasing the tree canopy by 42%, which will result in a tree canopy of 30% of the total area of our city, or a goal of 11,000 additional trees in 10 years. The benefits of tree planting does more than just sequester carbon emissions. It improves air quality by taking sunlight, water, and carbon dioxide, making oxygen, which we breathe and need every single day. Studies show they increase property values, cool off heated stress areas with their shade, reduce summer electric energy bills, and soak up groundwater, reducing flooding and erosion. They also serve as windbreaks and provide for wildlife habitat. Fun fact, about 40% of the rainfall that hits a mature tree is absorbed by the tree before falling to the earth, which helps the city reduce stormwater runoff. The next 5 goals will be a benchmark for 2025. Number 1, safe and clean neighborhoods. We will continue our street improvements, focus on more community-complete streets, environment that better accommodates the needs of all users, motorists, pedestrians, and cyclists. We will finish paving the alleys in the uptown area, the 100 block, east and west. The decorative fencing for the outdoor seating has been installed throughout the uptown area. It is a galvanized welded steel that has been powder coated and serves not only as a protective area for seating, but has the strength of a guardrail. It has been so well received that we've had requests to do much more of this in the uptown area. It is planned to continue repaving East River Road from Michigan to the city limits, eastbound, including additional parallel parking, which will serve to slow traffic along this stretch of road and provide additional visitor space parking on River Road. Current proposals to rehabilitate High Street and Inwood Place. Both streets are deteriorated and in dire need of fixing. This is currently in committee for determination. We're in the process of applying for a grant to construct Monclova Road bike path that will lead out to the Wabash Cannonball Trail. We've been awarded an ODOT grant to redesign Dussel Drive from Marketplace to Key Street. It will include a redesign of the Dussel-Piccadilly intersection and a bike path. ODOT will schedule citizen input meetings when a plan is in place for this. The Arrowhead Road expansion. The Graham Ditch will be filled in and new road construction connecting Illinois to existing Arrowhead Drive in the park. This will be funded by a $2 million grant by Columbia Gas as part of their expansion project to take place in 2025. This will be a game changer in opening access to Arrowhead Park from Illinois Avenue. We're in the planning stages to construct an intermodal bike path along Illinois from Ford west across the 20A Divergent Diamond to Briarfield, eventually connecting to the Wabash Cannonball Trail. An adequately staffed police and fire emergency service has been a passion and very important to me. Having served this community for 32 years in the police division, I believe our community supports our police officers. Community-oriented policing is an important piece of this relationship and staying connected to our community. We must continue to reinforce the bonds between our officers and our residents. We will also continue to make police and fire training a priority, providing our emergency service and men and women with the tools to serve. I continue to emphasize and prioritize traffic enforcement with our police division, being effective and active in speed enforcement and issuing citations to those that choose to violate our traffic laws, including distracted drivers and aggressive drivers. I believe aggressive enforcement can change irresponsible driving behavior. It is equally important our patrol function concentrate efforts on the corridor streets that connect Maumee to Toledo. The fire division has been active hiring full-time firefighter paramedics and additional part-time to fill in the gaps. It has been a total reset in the way that our fire division schedule and function, providing full-time 24/7 staff service to our community. They have also promoted 3 staff to the position of lieutenant to provide supervision and leadership to these new shifts. With the full-time coverage and elimination of the county ALS Life Squad 7 that was housed in our station this past year, we have seen a 50% reduction in response time to our citizens from our fire division. Our paramedic and fire service are getting to our residents much quicker when they're called. The efficiency also allows our fire division to continue to support and provide mutual aid to surrounding communities as well. Improving aging infrastructure, number 2. Addressing the city's aging infrastructure, especially our sewer system, is essential for ensuring a brighter future for Maumee. Shortly after Patrick Birch was hired as our city administrator, he immediately recognized the urgency of confronting a serious issue, namely the illegal dumping of sewage in the Maumee River by former staff, a problem that had been concealed for decades. Over the past 4 years, Patrick and his team have been fully committed to resolving this issue, engaging in continuous discussions with state and federal EPA officials, as well as engineering experts to analyze data and formulate effective remediation plans. Corrective measures immediately began in the public sector and are ongoing, but the private side has not been easy to address. And finding a viable solution has taken time and patience. I acknowledge that along the way there were certainly communication gaps, but our staff have made a sincere effort to work closely with residents and citizen groups, and I'm grateful for their involvement in addressing this issue. Under the current proposed plan, the city will provide free sewer inspections and provide financial assistance for homeowners to repair the sewer lateral up to their residence. In addition, the public and private lateral repair is funded from current rate and fee structures. Therefore, no additional fees are incurred for this repair work. The city administrator, Mr. Birch, and staff are meeting one-on-one with any resident interested in asking questions about repairs to their properties, grants the city is offering, or the procedures to follow to ensure your home is properly connected. The meetings are extremely productive, and we hope to hold at least 1,000 this year. The city's approach to fix this issue has been very extensive, well-researched, detailed, and ongoing in finding a solution to the sewer overflows. It's been a challenging problem to navigate over the past few years. It is a community problem that requires a community-wide participation to fix. Our city staff asks residents to sign up for the free sewer inspection. Thus far, 430 property owners have scheduled inspections, and of those, 157 have been completed. I'm confident we are moving in the right direction with this. Third goal for 2025, fostering a strong financial position. Virtually every department has applied for and received grants in 2024. The fire division received grants for medical supplies and mattress lifting equipment totaling $3,000. The police department received grants for bulletproof vest training and to fund a social worker totaling $265,000. Maumee Municipal Court has received grants totaling $64,000 this year. Funding was received to support community corrections and probation and the new electronic kiosk that they have in the lobby. The water department received $10,000 for equipment purchases. $737,000 was received for the Gibb Street project around the Maumee Middle School and has been placed in our capital projects fund. The sewer department has been awarded a $1,020,000 in grant funding and a $1,020,000 in 0% loan funding from the Ohio Public Works Commission. This consists of 2 projects completed and 5 projects in construction and in engineering. These funds are used only for sewer-related expenses. Detroit Avenue project grant funding, $366,000 has been awarded to the city. The Ford Field playset, as discussed earlier, the Nature's Work grant for $92,000 for the play structure. A total of $2.55 million in grant funding was awarded to Maumee in 2024. In addition, $1 million in 0% loan funding for the sewer project. I commend our finance department and our staff for being very aggressive in finding ways to help finance what we do to better the quality of life for our citizens. Additionally, the finance department implemented a cloud-based program for accounts payable and receivable, fixed assets, general ledger report, and utility billing. More importantly, it allows for transparency in utility billing. Residents are able to access their utility accounts online and see the exact same information that we do. I'm especially proud of this next item. Our finance department has received the Auditor of State Award of Distinction for the 2nd year. Only 3 to 5% of all the communities in the state receive this commendation for excellent financial condition and reporting. It is reassuring that our finances are being managed by accounting professionals and that they seek out options to keep our operating fund balances at a healthy operating level and look for ways that we can be more efficient. Fourth goal for 2025, investing in our youth. We need to continue to invest in community infrastructure so they will have a community that will thrive for generations. We have the Kid Mayor program in 2025, which is, we focus on third grade kiddos. They submit essays. I visit their classroom and discuss the separate branches of government and separation of powers. They visit council chambers, Judge Hazard, the police division, fire division, and the water department. They attend a council meeting and they read their essays. This past year, they appeared in our homecoming parade and holiday lights parade. I had really good feedback from the families of the third grade kiddos that were involved in this. One of my favorite things I did all year. Provide a safe school environment with continued use of school resource officers that connect with students. We have one in the Maumee High School and another in the Maumee Middle School. Sponsor a well-established and respected safety city program, which will be a highlight for our pre-kindergarten kiddos this next summer. Number 5, promote and accommodate business investing. Continue to invest in our city's infrastructure and find other, more creative ways to finance business interests will in itself create business interest. I so appreciate Kristen and her team with the Maumee Chamber of Commerce. They organized and executed 22 total ribbon cuttings this past year. It was a 41% over 2023. Of the 22 ribbon cutting ceremonies, 15 were new businesses in Maumee. Additionally, the Chamber organized 6 after-hour network gatherings, 7 community events, 3 coffee events, and 4 special events. The Chamber also spearheaded a comprehensive communication plan, intentionally coordinating the efforts of the Chamber, our website provider, and the City Public Information Officer, assuring we are working in harmony with each other and utilizing the resources and skills for a wider outreach and community engagement. Thank you, Kristen, for your efforts in promoting our community and Maumee businesses. It is a vital piece of our success. Businesses have taken note of our community investment, and several have opened in 2025 or 2024. Sheets opened up in Sidecut Crossing. The Uptown Fondue and Wine Bar opened in the spring of 2024 in the Uptown area. Chick-fil-A opened on December 5th, 603 Point Boulevard at Ellerhead and Dussel. Amanda Natter, an independent owner and operator, and her husband Patrick will operate this new Chick-fil-A. I had a wonderful meet and greet with Amanda last August while the store was being constructed. We shared each other's backgrounds. I was very impressed with her maturity in business leadership and commitment to owning and operating a business. Side Cuts opened on the corner of West Dudley and Allen Street. It's a deli store with homemade soups, and it has a liquor license. Outdoor seating is also a very nice touch for the summer months. Veerus Athletics owner-trainer Ryan Christie opened an athletic performance center in the soccer center on Marketplace. Some of the things planned for 2025 that we know of. Caliber Collision, located on the Maumee property to the south, 11,000 square foot building. They perform insurance bodywork, employ about 14 technicians. Superior Auto purchased the old J.D. Byrider on Conant Street and will be rehabilitating and renovating the building and property. Children Dental, the corner of Conant and Illinois, and the old family video building, a renovation of the existing building and parking area is planned. Everdry has started foundation construction for a 21,000 square foot building project on Mingo Drive, which is behind Spartan Chemical. Planned is a rehabilitated or newly constructed Wendy's on Dussel and Arrowhead. It was ruined last year in a fire. Crave Cookie and Soda store on 100 block of West Wayne. The space is currently under renovation and planned on opening later this month. This project was partially funded by a local facade grant. Sheets is breaking ground on a second Maumee location next to Chick-fil-A on the old Max and Irma's property at Dussel and Arrowhead. We are pleased with their first location at Sidecut Crossing. Sheets builds a quality footprint and is committed to strengthening community engagement. Mod Wash is under construction on Conant Street at the old Jed's building site. Jones Hamilton headquarters on Longbow is currently under renovation, investing about $2 million on that site. They employ about 35 people. Soon to commence construction in 2025 is the Maumee Events Center at the corner of Arrowhead and Beaver Creek, renovating an existing concrete building on that site. The United Auto Workers is renovating a building at 1789 Indianwood Circle. It's a 36,000 square foot office and training center that they hope to build there, renovate there. Discussion is underway with Mercer relative to the exciting new work on the old St. Luke site with a goal for high-density mixed use. Bigger and more festive Uptown Music Fest is this summer than ever before. Also planned for 2025 is the Farmers Market in the municipal lot. Maumee Uptown Business Association will be organizing this. More information coming soon. We expect a banner Acoustics for Autism event on March 2nd. Acoustics for Autism was recognized on Viewpoint with Dennis Quaid, which is a national public television program that features short documentaries on a variety of topics. Being recognized on Viewpoint with Dennis Quaid is an exciting and well-deserved accomplishment for acoustics. They netted an amazing $279,000 in 2024 that will go directly to the families of autism. Their passion and commitment have made a huge impact locally and now nationally, and our community is grateful for the difference that they're making. We're very excited with renewed housing interest around Maumee. Metropolitan housing is planned on Indianwood Circle at Arrowhead, adjacent to the Pinnacle Center. This building right here, it would basically wrap around this building. 54.5 million, 510 unit apartment complex is planned for this site that has been remained vacant for 40 years. It is poised to bring significant growth to this area. A 15-year property tax abatement on 40% of the property and 75% abatement on the remainder of the property was approved for the project. The abatement covers only the increased value of the improvement. The city anticipates receiving approximately $3.3 million in income tax revenue, and after the abatement expires, $3.1 million in property tax revenue over the next 15 years. Additionally, the development is projected to generate approximately $67 million in discretionary income for local businesses over the next 15 years, spending on living, dining, and shopping around this area. In addition to providing a much-needed housing, the apartment complex will also help save the aging business park by offering the type of mixed-use development and amenities that are necessary for today's market. Planned for 2025 is the construction of the Arrowhead Lofts. Design and construction drawings are complete on this project. It's a 62 four-story affordable housing at Longbow and Arrowhead. The new Arrowhead Road expansion, which was the Grand Ditch from Illinois, will connect to this project with a newly designed intersection at Arrowhead and Longbow. The landings at Delta Crossing is a 4-story, 60-unit senior apartment complex that will be constructed on Illinois Avenue across from the Maumee Fire Station. The 1- and 2-bedroom apartments will be rented to those 55 and over. The 66,000 square foot complex will be located on a parcel that was once housed by a deteriorating mobile home park, where an abandoned, partially demolished home now sits. Amenities on the new site will include a community room and a kitchen with an exercise room. Redwood units completed their construction in the fall of 2024, located on Marketplace behind the Antique Mall. These are villa-type units for rent. The Enclave, 306 new homes and villas for purchase located on Black Road behind the Fallen Timbers Mall, will start construction in 2025. Planned for construction is Pride 1 in 2025, 173 units consisting of combined standalone townhouse apartments and ranch-type buildings for rent on Jerome Road, adjacent to Fallen Timbers. This project will also include improvements to Jerome Road. When I think of progress, or the lack of thereof, I think of the department store Kmart. I think it is a good lesson to learn in how we position Maumee for the future. Ask somebody under the age of 30 what a blue light special is. They would probably look at you with a blank stare. That is because they probably never stepped foot inside a Kmart. The blue light special was an impromptu sale, promotion on the floor for 15 minutes during store hours. A store would flash a blue rotating light and announce, "Attention Kmart shoppers," over the public address system, and customers would rush to buy that discounted item. It was a very creative and successful marketing strategy. The first Kmart opened in 1962 in Garden City, Michigan. It was a spin-off of the S.S. Kresge store known as Five and Dime stores, the first of which opened in downtown Detroit in 1899. At its peak in 1980, Kmart operated 2,000 stores with a revenue of $36 billion. The second largest retailer in the U.S., second to who? Sears. It had cemented its place as a leading general merchandise store. 22 years later, Kmart filed for bankruptcy in 2002. It was one of the biggest bankruptcy filings in the U.S. at the time. After a disastrous merger with Sears in 2004, the situation became worse. In 2018, Kmart Sears both filed for a second bankruptcy. The last Kmart officially closed this past fall on October 20th in Bridgehampton, New York. Lessons learned from the Kmart demise. Kmart didn't keep up with the technology of the times, failing to move business online quickly enough as shoppers migrated from physical stores to websites and then mobile phones. It was slow to adapt and slow to innovate to the changing industry. It did not have a plan for long-term growth, and it failed to execute initiatives. The world had gone hybrid, yet they stayed bricks and mortar much to their demise. It is hard to imagine how a company that once was so ubiquitous across the American landscape could lose it all. Present day, it seems all too familiar with many retailers across our country and the way that we develop our communities. Yet, as many have observed about Kmart, all are easily avoided and in most cases easily corrected. Moving Maumee forward, we want to position our community to grow for generations to come. It is necessary that we adapt to a changing world, that we diversify the way we develop, that we are dynamic and creative in finding solutions. I'm a firm believer that working through adversity can build a more resilient community. We stand at the threshold of opportunity, being thankful for these opportunities and changing our perspective for the greater good. I'm very proud to say that 2024 has been a very productive year for Maumee on the economic development front. Much of our success is due to the vision of our administration and council working tirelessly to promote our community and prioritizing a business-friendly environment. I see our local government specifically as a lighthouse that points people toward their highest aspirations and empowers us to improve our quality of life, to be our best self to our neighbor and pay it forward so that we may enjoy a safe and equitable community that is welcoming and accepting to all. I see it as taking predicaments and finding solutions. Additionally, I want to thank a core group of volunteers made up of residents, council members, and administrative staff that have given of their time and talents with acts of kindness this past year. They have truly made a difference in cleaning up our recreation areas, our parks, advancing our community, and for improving the lives of our residents. In conclusion, this is the foundation for a stronger future. Maumee is undergoing a renaissance, if you will, a transformation intentionally designed to create a vibrant, economically prosperous community, and we are excited that you are part of it. Thank you to our administrative staff, along with the belief and support of City Council in making this transformation possible. I know the hearts and motivation of our council and administration and the reason why they serve. It is honorable and it is sincere. They serve with the power within, not within, with N. That is to say, words that begin with E and N. Engage, encounter, energetic, encourage, enthusiastic, and enterprising. Sometimes change can come with criticism. Listen, in a football game, the one with the ball gets tackled. Not the ones on the sideline, and not the ones shouting from the stands. Let's not lose sight of the ultimate goal to improve our city and position success for the future. My wife Lynn and I have lived in Maumee for over 40 years and worked in the police division for 32 of those years. Believe me when I say I know every corner, every street, every alley, every business in this city. Maumee is in a better place today than in any of those past 40 years. A thriving, forward-thinking Maumee is essential not only for the continued progress and well-being as a community, but for our continued role as a pivotal player in Northwest Ohio. I appreciate the strong spirit those have for the betterment of our community. I love Maumee. In an increasingly divided and negative world, I believe it is vital we let gratitude be our lens. We let tolerance be our filter. And I am thankful for the blessings that have been bestowed in our community, thankful we have the means to better our quality of life. That is why I'm honored to serve as your mayor, and that is why I'm eager to shape the future of this amazing city together. One final thought, and my hope for 2025. Good thoughts, good words, good deeds. Make every effort to live in peace with everyone. Thank you for listening, and God bless.